Can you say to yourself, all things are possible? The Bible says, but without God, nothing shall be impossible. So there shall be a performance to everyone that believes. Father, we thank you for this morning. We give you all the praise. We'll return all adoration to you. Father, we thank you because your plan towards us is always to give us life. Thank you for your blessings upon our lives. Thank you for your church. Thank you for your sustenance. You alone be praised forever. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Why not welcome your neighbor to your right and left? Tell him or her, welcome to church. I'm glad I'm seeing you again. Greet somebody you've not greeted this morning. You are allowed to shift where you are. Hallelujah. Can we please be seated in his presence? It's always a privilege to stand before God's people. And I appreciate my dear husband for trusting me with this. God bless you, sir. So healthy diet, healthy living. I'll try as much as possible to be fast. But obviously we can't cover everything that has to do with health in a service. But the ones we can touch, and we'll try as much as possible to streamline and stay on point. So healthy diet, healthy living. Please open your Bibles with me to 3 John and verse 2. It has just a chapter. 3 John and verse 2. I prefer the Bible passages in New King James Version, please. 3 John and verse 2. 3 John and verse 2. Okay. Can we read together? I want to go. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. So God gave us a 3-dimensional way of staying healthy. Your spirit, your soul, and your body staying healthy. So for the purpose of this teaching, I'll be picking just be in health. Be in health. Healthy diet is a deliberate decision. It's not something that just jumps on you. I've seen a lot of people over time leave their health to circumstances, to chance, that what will be. There are times you have the tendency, the potential to live healthy, but because we make poor health decisions, we end up with wrong or rather severe health issues. Now, your body requires proper physical maintenance to last long. We all have things we want to achieve. There's a saying that you don't put the cart before the horse. So there is no point, there is no sense in killing the messenger before the message is delivered. So your body requires physical maintenance, and you do that by diet, by choosing to live healthy, choosing to be fit for your assignment. It might not be ministry, but you work and you want to last long. Okay, even if you are not working, you want to live long. Nobody prays to die in their 60s, their 70s. You want to live long, you want to enjoy yourself. So it requires physical maintenance. Every promise of God carries an attended responsibility. I once saw a video some years back. The woman sat with a big bowl of yellow eba. A big bowl that even me, it may take me like 2 weeks to finish. A big bowl of yellow eba with different types of, she was with ogbono and egusi and one other one. I really can't remember now. And then she started to say, Father, as I eat this food, I convert this eba to cabbage. As I take this soup, I convert it to carrots. And then she prayed rigorously like that for like 5-10 minutes and said, in Jesus' name I have prayed. Nobody needs to tell her that prayer is just a wasted time. So, God has given you a promise that you will live in health, that He wishes that you prosper in your health. But what are those things that you need to do as a person? Your responsibility, your accountability matters a lot if you will enjoy that. The fulfillment of God's commandment demands your role of engagement. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 50 says, behold, I set before you life and death. So there is a place of choice there. You can choose to live healthy, and you can choose not to. You can choose to say, okay, this is what I want for myself, and then you can decide, I'm not going to do this. But God will not be held accountable for your irresponsibility. So the fulfillment demands what you had to do, your role of engagement. Our body cells die every day, and they also replace themselves every day. That is why beauticians will tell you once a while you need to exfoliate to help remove the dead cells, and then so that the new cells can come out. And then you will notice, even if you are not exfoliating, you are not doing all those beauty routine, once a while you notice your skin peeling itself, either on your feet, your palm, or even your body. But because we are so careful about the face, we only care about the face, but every part of your body sheds. The cells die and then they replace themselves. But how you come out, or how your body reacts to that, depends a lot on your diet. So to aid the process of cell regeneration, your diet matters a lot. I will try to break down some of the terms. So then use a layman's language. Now, total health is a state of complete physical and mental wellness of a person with the absence of disease and infirmity. So, but for this service, we'll be dwelling majorly on your physical health. That is the state of complete physical wellness of a person with a absence of disease and infirmity. Your healthy diet requires accountability and responsibility. You have to be responsible for yourself. I tell people, you want to keep fit, don't keep fit because of your boyfriend or because of a girlfriend, your spouse or whatever, but first for yourself. Staying healthy should be about you first of all. I once had a pathetic story, sometimes around August, about a young lady. She was just 32, and then she's on the big side. She got into a relationship, and after like 14 months, the guy started complaining that you are too big, you are this, you are that, and then she wanted to do something drastically. So she got all this, a lot of people sell them online now, all this tea, whatever. She took it, and within the space of 2 weeks, she developed high blood pressure. Yeah. As at September, she was already bedridden. So staying healthy should be about you first before somebody else. If you are not healthy, there is no way you can assist any other person to be healthy. So you are accountable to yourself first. I shouldn't want to reduce the way I am or look healthy because I want to please somebody. It's a misplacement of priority. So, and then accountability to your family. As a mother, you know you have to keep fit. How many of you know that when mothers get sick, the whole house is disabled? The whole house, because she may not be able to cook. And then everybody start living as if there's nobody in the house. But when the father breaks down, life goes on, but you be just... Women, you understand what I mean? You take care of them. You are the one that will take care of them. Give them their medications. But when the woman breaks down, they still come and beg you, please, can you manage and cook something? Especially if the man cannot cook. So you have responsibility to yourself and to your family. And also because you know you must feed your family well. You want to stay healthy. And then responsibility towards your parents. If you break down and then you are nursing, buying medications, what happens to your parents? Responsibility to your work. Breaking down affects your work, affects your productivity, and lastly to God, your service. So I think when you think about all these things that are attached to you being healthy, it will help you make some wise decisions. That I must not kill myself. A lot of people are depending on me. So your decisions are attached to some other people's lives. That if anything happens to you, it affects them. Now, enemies of wellness. Obviously, there are so many, but because we'll be talking about healthy diet and living, I will give us just 3. The first one I have here is ignorance. Ignorance of what to take, of not knowing the nutritional value of what you are taking in. Not caring about the effect of what it is you are eating. I remember while we were in secondary school, there's a woman that sells food at the back of a school, and then nobody should use this against me. But then I remember I'll go with some of my friends, and then because they brought in army to secure our school, we have to jump fence to go and buy food. So it got to a time we actually started bribing those people. So we'll buy food for them too, so they were giving us free passage. But before free passage, we were jumping fence. The way I'm going is this. Forget what I just told you. Where I'm going is this. Where I'm going is this. When we get to that woman, then we want to buy food. The woman will want to sell fish for us. No, sell rice beans and sell fish. But we'll be shouting, no, we want that one with fat. We want that one with fat. Thank God that He forgives the days of ignorance. Because all those things, if all those things now come back now, Jesus, you are Lord. And then we buy, and then, when it becomes cold, it's as if the whole thing is smeared all over your mouth. You start feeling somehow, as if they rub cream, shea butter on your tongue. But those are the things we were gulping. Ignorance of what to eat. And some people still do it today. They will tell you, I want that place with fat because it's big. You feel the one that is pure beef is small, and you want that one is big. If that one is 50 to 500 naira, this one too is 500 naira, but this one is times 3 of that size. So give me that one. We'll be getting to saturated fat. So you know what, those things, they are not even going anywhere once you ingest them. So not knowing the nutritional value of what you are taking. And then we have stress. The effect is both physical and mental. When some people are stressed, they eat more. I've come in contact with people like that. When they are stressed, okay, somebody just confirmed it, they eat more. And then you are wondering, what are you doing with all this food? That is not when to judge them. That is why you don't just judge people. So when some people are stressed, they crave for sugar. So you can respond to stress in different ways. When you know this is not a person's usual way of acting, of eating, then you should know something is wrong somewhere. No, you just respond spontaneous. Sometimes when you are stressed, you crave for a particular type of food. And then if it continues like that, it may cause a breakdown of the body system. And lastly, enemy of wellness is imbalance. That is wrong combination. Wrong combination. When you eat as demanded and not as needed. There's a big difference between that. You not that you eat and then you serve yourself food and then you are saying, who art thou before me, O mountain? I will make you plain. That is eating as demanded. But when you eat as needed, you will know that even when you have 5 children, their nutritional value may be different. There may be something that you may need to add to the one who is always active and one who is so gentle. That might require a lot of time, but eating as needed, knowing the adequate, the proper combination of food. So imbalance, a wrong combination, can also hinder our physical wellness. Now basically we have 6 classes of food, and then I know majority of us might still remember that, and I'm glad they still teach that in schools. We have the carbohydrates, where we have the rice, the yam, the wheat, okay, the bread and all those things. Unfortunately, the best form of rice you can eat now is the locally produced rice. I'm not saying Nigerian rice, so although I don't know, I've not tasted it, so I don't know. But I'm hearing some reviews. The Lord is good. No, okay. But the locally produced rice, that is the rice we call ofada, is the best form of rice. It is not polished. It has not been washed with any form of chemical. I hope people will not be salivating with all these things you're showing. So we have the carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are energy-giving foods. Please don't be distracted. But that is a way of one way of combining food that you can enjoy. But I just saw one error there now that I will let you know. So carbohydrates are majorly energy giving foods that will supply your body the energy it needs, that when you hit them, your body breaks them into simple and complex sugar. That is for higher class, because if I go into that, we might not get it. And then we have the protein class, that is the body building foods. There is this saying while we were growing up, that if you want to be tall, you eat beans. It is not this that decides if you are tall, you are going to be tall or not, but it's just attributing it to the fact that protein helps build your body. So protein are body building foods, and we have beans, we have the egg milk, locally processed cheese. Please note the word locally processed cheese. We have milk, we have egg. But please, even if you are adding the milk, know the type of milk you are getting. Know the type of milk you are getting. And then we have minerals. We have minerals. You can get it from vegetables, from your locally produced seasonings. Your locally... Oh no, I'm not talking about carbonated drinks, so. Somebody said Coke and Fanta. That is not what I mean by the minerals. We can get your minerals from your pepper, your tomatoes. Some fruits have it. You get it there, and then locally produced seasonings. Yes, those days when our mothers cook with locust beans, they don't add any other thing. No salt, no other seasoning. They don't add any other thing, and the stew will still come out fine. Once a while I try it, just that if you are adding that locust beans, pastor must not see it there, so it must be blended and smooth. But when you have actually tried it and it came out very nice, not adding any other seasoning. Because even when you take salt in excess, it begins to cause water retention, and then another thing begins to build up. As some of us can take salt as if we are licking sugar. And then we have the fats and oil. Under the classes of food, we have the fats and oil, and then we have the saturated and not saturated fats. The saturated fats are the bad fats. The non-saturated fats are the good fats. Now let me break this down in a layman's English. Example that I gave the other time about going to buy food and then asking the woman to give you fat that you will eat. That is an example of a saturated fat. Saturated fats do not dissolve in your system. When you heat it, it's like when you melt butter, for example. When you melt some margarine or some butter, and then you pour it in a plastic pipe. When it cools, it lines up the inside of the pipe. That is what saturated fat does to your system. So majority of the time, they don't flush out. When you want to buy your oil, your cooking oil, and they say low cholesterol, please be very sure you are buying low cholesterol oil. No good oil should freeze. When you buy it and it freezes, please dispose it. Some will say it is expensive because you want to cook, and when you cook, you want to see extra oil on your soup, like up to half a bottle. Because you believe that is when the soup was fine. Who wants to check the beauty of the soup? Is it not to eat? Adding a little amount is fine. But no good oil should freeze. And then when you boil, a lot of us we use beef broth or chicken broth to cook. What do I mean by that? Yorubas will call it omero. It's just broth. Okay, when you now boil it, you have oil on it. When it cools, if anything freezes on it, you don't eat it. But I know some of us will use it to cook fried rice or jollof rice because it will make the taste better. Once it freezes, remove the one that is frozen on top, dispose it. Then you can use the remaining. Let's stop packing junks into a system. If you are not sure of how the food is cooked, don't eat it. It may be tough. It may be tough. But like I said, staying healthy is a decision. It may be tough. It may be tough. You know how you cook yours at home. Okay, I once went to a restaurant with my sister-in-law. We wanted, because I was coming from the Highland, and I wanted to eat amala and with bagriadewedu and goat meat. So the person that drove said, I know one place. Imagine eating amala in Bagada. So we went in there, and then the packaging where you will sit was beautiful, and then we just peeped. Okay, let us check the main place where this thing is coming out. We almost left. People sitting where they have been served will not know that where the food is coming out from. If you will grade them where we sat down, okay, we can say 9/10. But where the food is being cooked, 0.5/10. So it is possible. I've seen, okay, a woman wanted a guy to blend her pepper, and then she just dropped it. The guy did not remove the particles, did not remove everything, did not wash pepper, and just put inside the blending machine and blend everything together. I carried my pepper and left. So sometimes if you don't know how it is being processed, it's better you let it be. So when I see people who make decisions not to eat outside, I salute them. Although in Lagos it is tough, because before you leave Ireland and get to your house, you're almost dead. And then we have vitamins from fruits. Okay, and then some fruits can be combined, some can't be. And even in pregnancy, there are it has been advised that you want your baby's skin to be very, very beautiful. Take lots of fruits. Take lots of fruits. But they will always advise you not to take pineapple, because it causes preterm labor if you are not careful. If your system is so delicate, you might go into preterm labor. So you need to know what fruit and what fruit to combine, so that at the end of the day you don't head up with constipation or a tummy that is running. We have water. We have water which should be taken in balance. I'm still going together. We should be taken in balance. A lot of us have heard that, you take 10 glasses of water every day, take 5 glasses of water every day, take 1 gallon, take 1 drum, take this, take that. And every day you drink water, you're looking like a balloon and it's not doing anything. So you take it according to your need, to your body's need. Now, we'll say balanced diet, but we don't say balanced diet. Now it has become adequate diet. Because when you say balanced diet, you can pack everything in proportions, and then you still want to justify it that it is balanced diet. Adequate diet is what your body needs as at that time. A nutritionist was telling us that you take, like when you do your feast like this, your protein should be that size that you are eating. No, sorry, your carbohydrates. And then your vegetables should be your 2 palms joined together like this, and then your protein should be just 1 fist like this. That will help you balance your food. So all of you who want to eat half pint plastic of heba, go back home, measure the size of your fist. Yes. Permit me to do this. This should be the size of the carbohydrates you are eating, the size of the vegetables, and then the size of the protein. See, when you start it, for the first 1 week, it will look as if you want to die. But after 1 week, your body gets adjusted. Yes. Someone is afraid of losing weight. Don't worry, you can't lose weight. You can't lose weight. That is how so it is adequate diet, not balanced diet. If you want to say balanced diet, you can go for ×5 of this, ×5 of this, and ×5 of this. That is balanced diet. But you don't need balanced diet. You need adequate diet for your system. Let's learn to eat right. Lack of discipline makes us fill ourselves with junk. In Proverbs 23 verse 1-2, the Bible records that when you sit down to eat with a ruler, so it might not be with a ruler, it might be at home. There are bags of rice at home. You have lots of frozen foods in your freezer. And the Bible says, carefully consider what is before you. That you have the food at home does not mean you start swallowing it. Only you finish one bag of rice in 1 month. Okay, it is at home. The soft drink, the carbonated drinks, everything is at home. But because you have them at home, must you gob everything down? Please give me verse 2. And put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Anywhere belly face, what you see, you surmount. What you see, you surmount. That should tell you that this thing is doing more damage than good. Sometimes it may take you to just give some things out. It might not be food stuff, it might be drinks. That's what you cannot eat without taking one or above something in the morning. Because it is at home. In the afternoon, you take it again. In the night, you take it again. And then you feel you are living large. Eh? So lack of discipline is what makes us fuel our system with a lot of slow poisons. Because either we like it or not, they are slowly killing us. Know what works for your family or for yourself and stick to it. There are people who are thin, and if they eat for 24 hours, it won't show. But you know, even by breathing, you are adding weight. And you want to compare yourself to that person. So you know what works for you. If you know you take a particular type of food, and you know this food affects your system in a negative way, you can. Beans is not the only protein we have. So people will say, anytime I take beans, I have stomach upset, or I can't sleep well, I have indigestion. Go for something else. Except for those who eat beans and egg and then they cause nuclear bomb. I've seen it before. I had to run away. Because that is a combination of an atomic bomb. So know what works for you. Know what works for your family. And stick to it. Get the diet that is appropriate for your family. If you know you are allergic to one thing or the other, I've hardly seen Nigerians are allergic to anything. Everything, all weather. All weather. We are hardly allergic to anything. The only thing we are allergic to is poverty. Yes, outside the country say I'm allergic to peanut, I'm allergic to milk, I'm allergic to this, allergic to that. As in Nigeria, the only thing we are allergic to is poverty. All weather, everywhere. Everywhere. We rub everything on our body like cream. But know what works for you. If you know there is a reaction to your system from something you are eating, try as much as possible to find your way around it. Following another person's diet might not work for you. Yes. Now help your family stay healthy through proper diet. Once a while, carbonated drinks are good, but you should learn that making your own drink, especially for your children, is better. Some of these things you buy for them, they will tell you something else is on the package, and then when you taste it, it's something else. A little girl gave me, I think 15 naira you got some 2 weeks ago, or last week Sunday, 2 weeks ago. But because she gave me, and then she said, Mama, will you take it? I said, I will take it. So while she was studying, I opened it, and as I tasted it, I knew that wasn't sugar. And I knew it was not milk. I had to go to them and say, if you bring this thing here again, I'll ask them to pick you up. Because sometimes they sell without knowing what is inside. And then sometimes we buy for those children without caring to know what they are taking in. I knew that was not sugar, and then pouring it on my palm, you would know that wasn't milk. But most of us buy it for our children. It is better if you can just make some of these things. Some will say it is time consuming. Please, it is not. When you consider, I think it is better when we spend money on fruits than we spend it on drugs. Yes. So I don't believe it's time consuming. You have to go to work, but you can do it when you come back at night. Okay, you cannot buy the expensive manna juice extractor, but there are the manual ones that you can use to extract some of this juice, and then they will enjoy it. There are ways that you can combine some of this fruit for them, and then it starts to taste like ice cream, and they will enjoy it better. Once a while, you can indulge yourself. I do that once a while too. But majority of the time, let's be intentional about what we give to them. Run from GMOs. What do I mean by that? Genetically modified organics. How many of you eat hot dogs? Raise it up very well. Okay, all right. Let me not mention names. But I think when you want to buy some things like that, check the nutritional value. Some of those things are modified, processed with chemicals that even some of the manufacturers would not eat. But they produce it en masse, send it down to us here, and then we eat it. And because it is sweet. And Nigerians that you don't see it every day, but once you see it, you want to hit the one you will hit next year and hit it together on a spot. Check contents of what we buy. Check contents of what we buy. When it is manufactured synthetically, it will be written on it. They are mandated to write it. But I know how many of us check labels. We don't. Yes, we only check price tag. If it's excessive, we will drop it. There was a time I saw a video of how many grams of sugar is contained in a carbonated drink. Intentionally, I had to go and buy one. And then check and say, Jesus, you are Lord. Thank God I don't take that one. But how about the other ones you are taking? They did not write it on it. So be careful what you ingest. Now, how do I stay healthy? Adequate water. I said earlier that proper water. And then knowing what works for you has to do with your BMI. Your body mass index. Now, taking too much water can asphyxiate you. That is, you can drown yourself. Yes. So you should know the proper amount of water you need. And taking less will dehydrate your system. So that we look the same or that we are the same age does not mean we will need the same amount of water for the day. Know what works for you. And normally, you don't wait until you are thirsty before you take water. Just hydrate your system. Hydrate your system. There are so many times our body is restless, but all it just needs to take water. How many of you have been restless and then you pour water on yourself, drink a little, and then you feel refreshed, even before you sleep? Now, sleep and rest. Sleep is needed to avoid overworking your body and then to manage stress. You can there is negative and positive stress, and how you respond to both matters a lot. Know the number of hours you need to sleep per day, not 7 to 7. I think I highlighted it in my book, according to Sleep Foundation. My book in my bag. Page 25, I think I highlighted it. My book, The Nurtured Star. Okay, I had to follow up on a research as at the time I was writing this book. And then, according to the National Sleep Foundation, that I followed up on the research at that time, from 0 to 12 months, you need 16 to 17 hours of sleep. From 1 to 2 years, 11 to 14 hours of sleep. From 3 to 5, 10 to 13 hours. But majority of us are within this range, 18 to 64 years. We need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But when you sleep too much, you become overdragged. Your body system slows down. You wake up and it's as if you just pulled a trailer. And when you sleep less, when you wake up, you are restless. Sometimes you may even wake up with headache, and it's like you've not slept at all. But when it is balanced, although I know in Lagos it is tough. Yes, because some will leave 4 a.m. and get back around 11 a.m. They still have to wait to eat. As at that time, when you're supposed to finish your last meal for the day around 6:37. But some will not get to eat until around 11 p.m., 12 p.m., or 12 midnight. So know the number of hours you need per day to sleep. Now choose organic foods over inorganic foods. We usually call them living foods and dead foods. Choose organic foods. What are organic foods? Organic foods are foods grown without the aid of chemicals. We are so privileged we can have that here. There are people who go to farmers straight to buy directly from them. And then inorganic foods are foods that are processed or grown with the help of chemicals. So as much as you can, choose organic foods. Now the next one is adequate, consistent, and proper exercise. Adequate. You know you cannot carry more than 2 kg. Don't go and carry 10 kg because you want to be fit in 1 week. Consistent. Not that you try what works for you for 2 months and then for another 3 months you are living at large. You are chopping the life off your head. Then you come back to it. How many of you know that when you start, okay, my example, I stopped skipping for a while, and when I wanted to resume around September, I couldn't even do 150. After like 70, I was panting and I was looking for something to hold on to. But as at July, June, I could do 300, do 400, do 500. Because I stopped and my body was relaxed. My muscles were relaxed. The day I did 100, I was not the owner of my thighs. I had to put them on a pillow. The same thing applies to people when you exercise and then you stop. When you want to resume, it's like starting all over again. Some of these things help tone your muscles. They help keep you fit. So adequate, consistent exercise. If you want to keep me now, tell me to run from here to Yanokwaja. I cannot do it, but I know I can skip. So that is my adequate exercise that I am doing. Don't do follow come until you go and do follow die. Make nutritional values a priority. Check for ingredients. Check ingredients. And lastly, have the right attitude to life. You hold the power over your body. You can decide to live healthy or not to live healthy. I sent a picture to the media. I don't know if they can help me project it. And it's all about attracting health and living healthy. To attract health, avoid saying, I hate my body. I don't have the energy. You have the energy for what your system can take. And stop saying being healthy is difficult. It is not difficult. It is affordable. But rather say to yourself, I love my body. Can you please say it after me? I love my body. I am filled with energy. My body is strong. And so is my mind.